Woo! I am fired up to be here, ladies and gentlemen. So first of all, I want to give you a little bit of my personal background just so that we know each other a little bit better. So first of all, I've been married for 18 years. I have 6 beautiful children. I love entrepreneurship. I was introduced to this world of network marketing 12 years ago. And I have to tell you guys that I was extremely skeptical. We owned a traditional business. But I did believe in multiple streams of income. And I also realized that the height of all stupidity is forming an opinion without knowing all the facts, right? So we decided to go and take a look at this opportunity that a friend kept inviting us to. What I found wasn't at all what I perceived. What I found was this great vehicle to start building another income producing asset. So my wife and I got started. The only challenge that we had is we had no time, right? We had 3 young children that were in diapers. I was running a successful business at that time, but here's what I found. What I found was that you could really build this business in the nooks and crannies of your life. And I want everybody to hear me with this, because what I found was that most people out there today were unsatisfied with their circumstances. They were complaining about not having enough time to be able to do the things that they want to do rather than the things that they had to do. Every Sunday, I would hear people saying things like, "Oh, it's Sunday already. I got to go back to work tomorrow." Anybody know anybody like that? I would hear people saying things like, "I can't afford this," or "I can't afford that." And so what I found was, if I just positioned myself as a solution, if I put myself in a position where I just said, well, maybe I can help. You see, my wife, Summer, and I just recently started a little side business. And you know what? I can see how over the course of the next 1 to 2 years, this is going to put us into a position where we have a full-time income and we're now able to do the things that we want to do rather than the things that we have to do. Maybe a good fit, may not, but I'd love to give you some more information. And so as I went about my day just doing what I would do, I would invite others to come and take a look at the business. And pretty soon, we started to attract other like-minded individuals. Your vibe attracts your tribe, right? Started to attract a few people into our group. Had a couple dozen people on the team, pretty soon a few hundred people on our team. That first year, we weren't really breaking any records. We made about $15,000 in income. But here's what happened. I started to see the power of this industry, right? It was Warren Buffett who says that if you can't figure out how to make money when you sleep, then you will work until the day that you die. And it all comes back to leverage. You see, what we found was that pretty soon we had a few hundred people that were all working full-time to pay their bills, but in their part-time, they were working on building their fortune. But when you added up all of those hours, it created a tremendous amount of leverage. The second year, again, still focused on our traditional business, had this little side gig going. We made about $35,000 that year. Not bad. Passive residual income, especially when we weren't putting a lot of time into that business. But then here's what happened. 2008, the mortgage industry collapsed and my wife and I lost everything. We were a lead provider selling leads to the mortgage industry. Guys, I'm telling you, we had our cars repossessed. We had our homes repossessed. We lost everything. And I share that with every single one of you right now for a reason. Because I know that there's someone on this presentation right now that's going through the fire. I know it. And here's what I will tell you. Sometimes you go through those challenges in life to push you down a different path to exactly where you're supposed to be and who you are meant to be. Because of that experience, my wife and I locked arms. The only thing that we had left was this little side income that we had coming in from our network marketing business. And it was at that point we made a decision to go all in, to stop dabbling, to stop dipping our toe in the water. And we said, you know what? We are going to go make this work. We burned the bridges of retreat. And over the course of the next year, we were able to replace that income that we had with our traditional business, but our quality of life totally changed. Now I was working from home. I was walking my kids to the bus stop in the morning, home when they got home from school, started traveling the world together as my family. And over the last 9 years, this industry has given me back the most precious and valuable thing on the planet, which is my time. Ladies and gentlemen, I own my own lifestyle. We are able to do what we want to do, travel where we want to go, with who we want to travel with. And that's the beauty of this industry. So I could not be more excited. January of this year, a very good friend and mentor of mine, Mr. Mike Sims, reached out to me and he asked me this question. He said, "Are you open?" And I said, "Look, I'm always open. I'm just not necessarily looking." And he said, "Look, I'm going to share a 2-minute video with you, but I'm going to warn you up front that it will mess with your head if you look at this." Which was kind of an interesting approach, right? Because that created a little bit more curiosity. It built that value. I says, "Mike, send it over. I'm happy to take a look. I respect you. If you're doing something different, I'm willing to take a look here." I looked at this opportunity, folks, and over the course of the next week, my wife and I kept pulling back the onion a little bit, and I kept getting more excited. And here's what happened. I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I could not stop thinking about the helo. I pulled out a names list, put it up on my kitchen window, and for the first time in years, I sat there putting names on a piece of paper. My wife came out at 5:30 in the morning and said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I cannot stop thinking about this company and this helo." And she says, "Oh man, you've got it, don't you?" And I said, "Look, I know where this company is going, and I want to be a part of it." And at that point, we made a decision on February 13th to get involved. And folks, it has just been an incredible ride. We were fortunate enough and blessed enough to go diamond in our first day, double diamond within 4 weeks, grand diamond in 8 weeks. We had just hit presidential here not too long ago. And I can tell you that we are just having an absolute blast. And so I'm just excited to be here today. So let's jump right into the income disclosure here real quickly.
Practicality dictates that everyone's results will vary, as we are all unique and different. Basically, it takes hard work to make a substantial income in this business, and some people will make no money at all. The earnings of a World Global Network partner will be 100% dependent upon their skills, work effort, commitment, leadership capabilities, and market conditions. Common sense would suggest that in most opportunities, one would find exceptional individuals performing well above average, while others perform under the average. World Global Network does not guarantee any level of income or your success. To see our full income disclosure, please visit our website at www.worldgn.com.
I love that this company protects the house. They take it seriously. And you know what? I just want to say this. You know, I had a conversation just this last week with a realtor, and she had been in our business now for a period of about 4 weeks. And her upline reached out to me and said, "Hey, you know, so-and-so is considering quitting the business. Would you mind talking to them?" And I said, "How long has she been in the business?" They said, "Well, it's been about a month." I says, "Great, let's get them on the call or get her on the call." So we got on the phone call, started chatting a little bit. She told me a little bit about herself. And I just said, "Okay, so tell me what's going on." And she says, "Well, I just don't think that this business is for me." And I says, "Well, what's happening?" She says, "Well, you know, I've shared it with a few people and nobody's interested." And I said, "Okay, well, let me ask you a question. How many calls have you been on? How many events have you attended?" And she says, "Well, I'm really busy. I haven't had really a chance to plug in." And I said, "Okay, so let me ask you a question. I'm assuming that it costs you a good deal of money to be able to get your real estate license. Is that correct?" And she says, "Well, yes, actually it did. It cost me thousands of dollars." And I said, "Okay, and I'm assuming that it required you to put a little bit of time into studying to get that license?" And she said, "Absolutely it did. It took me several months." And I said, "Okay, now I'm assuming also that once you got that license, that meant that you were guaranteed to start making a fortune." She says, "No. At that point, I had to go start promoting myself. I had to go start marketing myself. That's where it just started." I said, "Okay, interesting. So let me ask you another question. How did you learn the business?" She says, "Well, you know, my broker has a virtual call that she has once a week that I can plug into. There's events and seminars that are happening every weekend. And you know what? There's mentors and people that are having success that I kind of emulate. And at the end of the day, I just had to go out there and just do it." I said, "Really interesting." And I said, "So, do you make good money with what you do?" And she says, "Absolutely, I make good money." And I said, "Okay." I said, "So would you say that you make good money because you take your business seriously?" She says, "Oh, I take my business very seriously." And I said, "Well, listen, there's not a lot of difference between you and I. You see, I take my business very seriously. I plan on being on every call. I may not be able to make every call, but I plan on being there. And I go to every event. Over the last 10 years, I've invested tens of thousands of dollars in personal development so that I can increase the value that I bring to the marketplace." Why? Because I know that dollars follow value. And at the end of the day, it's all about what I have to offer others, the solutions that I can provide. And I said, the only real difference between you and I is when you're done selling that last home, you've got to go out and you've got to go find another listing. When I build my business, I build it once and it pays me for the rest of my life. Now, I'm not saying one's better than the other. You can decide. But at the end of the day, if you treat it like a business, it'll pay you like a business. And if you treat it like a hobby, it'll cost you like a hobby. And folks, it comes right back to that income disclosure. There's no promises here. There's no guarantees here. But guess what? There's also nobody here that's determining what your worth is. You know, I've always had a problem with somebody buying my efforts wholesale and going out and selling those efforts retail at my expense while I build their fortune and build their future. It just doesn't compute. It just doesn't make sense to me. So what I love about this business is that the sky is the limit. I am thankful that nobody is telling me what I am worth, $10 an hour, $15 an hour. Let me ask you a question. What are you worth? Have you ever really thought about that? What are you worth? 10 bucks an hour? 20 bucks an hour? Some of you are saying, no, way more, 50 bucks an hour? How about 100 bucks an hour? I guarantee you at a certain point, some of you probably go, yeah, 100 bucks an hour sounds pretty good. How about 200 an hour, 500 an hour? Let me tell you something. You know what I think your time is worth? It is priceless. It's absolutely priceless. I see Blair holding a little baby right now, and you know what? The time that he has with that little baby, that's priceless. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so let's get into it today. So first of all, I want to talk a little bit about managing expectations. You know, leaders are born when? When are leaders born? Are they born when times are good, when things are perfect, when things are rolling? No, leaders are born through challenges, right? Leaders are born when there is struggle. You know, the cycle of success is what? It's dream, then it's struggle, and then what? Then it's success, right? It's not dream and then victory. It's dream, struggle, and victory. And I want to just tell everybody something right now. You know what? We are part of an opportunity that is right at the very beginning. Like there's literally, I heard the number the other day, somewhere around 7,000 active promoters in North America here, and I just about fell out of my chair. I want you to understand something. If you can position yourself in the beginning stages with a company that has all of the signs of becoming one of the next giants in the industry, there is a tremendous amount of money that can be made. And the windows of opportunity in this industry, they don't open very often, and they don't stay open very long. But when they are open, incredible things happen. And I'm telling you guys right now, we are right there. Like I wish, you know, when was the last time you ever saw a 5-year-old company that did over $150 million that literally is just now really launching and creating momentum? You've just never seen what we are seeing here right now. But here's what I want everyone to understand. You are a pioneer. You are a pioneer. And I want every single one of you to write this down right now, and I want you to circle it. I want you to underline it. It's the pioneers that they write about in the history books. It's the pioneers, right? That's who they write about in the history books. But it's also those pioneers that have to lead through the challenges, right? If you're going to have ground floor opportunities, you are going to have ground floor challenges. You can't have it both ways. And I'm just here to tell you that in some cases, it may be too early for some people. It may be too early. If everybody wants it perfect, if you want everything seamless, no challenges, come back in a year from now. We'll have that knocked out for you. But you know what? The opportunity, I promise you, will never be as good as it is right now, today. Each and every one of you, if you pulled out your phone right now, and if you really, really, really reached out to every single person in your phone and you asked them, have you heard of the Hilo? Chances are 9 out of 10 of those people in your phone haven't heard of it. But a year from now, I promise you that will be different. So why do I share all of this? Because you know what? We've got some challenges here and there, right? You know, we've got some credit card challenges that are going on right now. They're working through those challenges. You know, when I first started 6 months ago, February 13th was my start date. We didn't even have a customer service department. Like I think back to when Nat and Shanita got started, they didn't even have a device. They walked around with a little picture on to show people, look, see this is what it's going to do. They didn't even have the devices yet. So the point is that the person that leads through the challenges the best and the most is going to make the most money. They're the ones that are going to win. And you know, when I see leaders, people that are in their organization, that every time there's a hiccup and they just act like it's the end of the world, or they get all, worried and frustrated and stressed, and they immediately go to that emotion that's kind of like a default emotion anytime things aren't perfect. And a lot of times it's stress or it's worry. You know, the problem with that is that vibe is being put out to your entire team and your entire organization. Leaders have to lead. You've got to lead through these challenges. And the fact is that we do have some challenges, right? The credit card processing right now has been a little bit of a challenge. You know what? We've got 195 countries around the world that we're doing business in. Like, hello, think about that opportunity. But we're also taking credit card charges from some countries that are higher and fraudulent as a result of that. Merchant security has been elevated a little bit. We're working through that. Not a big deal. We're going to get through it. But the point is guys, don't overreact. You know, don't go from, one extreme to the other and think that the world is ending. You've got to manage your emotions. You know, at the end of the day, entrepreneurs manage their emotions well. You know, they manage the highs well, they manage the lows well, but at the end of the day, they keep things into perspective, and they're always looking out into the future where they're going. You know, where I know exactly where I'm going. I've got a vivid, clear picture of where I'm going, what's going to happen, you know, when I get there, how I'm going to live that life, what it's going to look like for my family, to be completely debt-free, to be able to travel the world with my friends, to be able to do what I want to do, to be able to retire my family. I know exactly what that looks like. So when a little hiccup happens, you know what I do? Take a deep breath. You know what I did when I had some challenges the other day? I took a deep breath, and I went out and I got in the pool, and I laid in the pool. I told Mike, I says, hey, call me when you know, I'll call you in a couple of hours. I'm just going to go take a little bit of break. And I came back, and you know what? Everything was good to go again. Again, it's all about mindset. It's all about getting your mind in the right place. Managing your emotions is so critical. And right now, more than ever before, it is so important that every one of you subscribes to the fact that you are a leader. You know, you got to go stop looking for leadership, and you got to start looking within. And part of that means that you've got to step up to the plate. And if there's a challenge, you know what? You put your big boy panties on, or and you basically just say, listen, I am going to lead through this. That's what leaders do. And I'm here to tell you guys that you know, most of you right now have enjoyed the benefits of the timing of this opportunity, but you just know that if it's that early, there's going to be challenges. You just have to lead through them. I have complete and utter faith in Mr. Fabio Galdi, the leadership here. Chad and Atita, Nat and Shanita, Romacio, Mike Sims, Jeremy Roma, these guys are doing a phenomenal job. And you know what? I have 100% confidence that if there's a challenge, we're going to move through it. So guys, manage the emotions. It's the most important and critical aspect to your success in business. You know, if you're high one day, low one day, and you're all over the place, and your emotions are seen, and one day you're up and you're excited, Steve Carter says, I don't have any big boy panties. So listen, if one day you're excited and one day you're down here and you're all over the place, I'm just telling you, you know what people look for in leadership the most? They want to rock. They want somebody that's solid. They want somebody that they can believe in, that they know is not going to be wishy-washy and all over the place. And they want to know that you are the one that can lead them to the promised land. So let me ask every one of you on here. It's 252 of you around the world. Are you the person that is going to lead your organization to the promised land? Yes or no? Drop a Y in the chat box. Are you that leader that's going to lead people to their financial freedom day? Do you know what that is? It's the day that you no longer have to trade time for dollars. You can do the things that you want to do rather than the things that you have to do. That's what I'm talking about. So are you that leader? Are you that rock? Or are you just going to be the river that just kind of goes and kind of gets, wherever something happens and you kind of go over here and you stray over here and then your emotions are high and you're low? Or are you going to be the rock that's planted that says, listen, I'm here to stay and I know where I'm going? It's all about managing those expectations. Now, we've got some solutions to the credit card challenges. The bank transfer payment option is in your back office. So when you're going to check out, if I'm signing up as a new promoter, when I get to the point where it's time to pay, if I have the credit card, I have the wallet, I can also click that bank transfer deposit. Go refer back if you don't know how to do this. There was an email that was sent out by Chad and Atita on July 5th that will tell you exactly step by step how to go through this process. And you can use this as an additional option. So definitely use this. Also, just a couple of tips. Again, I strongly encourage everybody, if you're trying to use your credit card or your debit card, make sure that you have your prospect call the bank first, or your new enrollee, call the bank first and authorize that payment right up front, just so that we don't run into any issues, okay? So again, bank transfer payment option is an option. Now, also very excited to announce that we have some new packages that are in the house. And I love these packages, and let me tell you why. First of all, the box set, $349. You, of course, get the Hilo LX. You get the germanium plate set. Now you get a free bands pack as well. So there's a tremendous amount of value here. The family pack, just think fours, right? At the end of the day, you're getting 4 Hilo LXs. You're now getting 4 germanium plate sets. You're getting 4 bands packs. And now you're getting the 4 BioZen packs as well. And then, of course, the premium pack gives you 6 packs. Just think 6 all the way across the board. So we've got some new packs. And what I love about this is that there's a tremendous amount of value here, because if you look at the box set, you're now getting a free bands pack. If you look at the family pack, you're getting the 4 bands packs and the 4 BioZen free. And then, of course, you're getting the 6 band packs and the 6 BioZen for free with the premium pack. So there's a lot of value here. I love what they did with the packs. And let me just share something with every one of you. I want to share a mindset with you for a moment. Whenever I'm presenting these packs, I always share a success philosophy or a success principle with my team, or with my prospects. So what I tell them is, listen, here's the deal. First of all, we've got a number of different packs that are available to you. The box set's a great option, mostly for people that, want to be a customer or customer with benefits. We've got a small business builder that's a family pack. We've got for those that want to go all in and they really want to go build a business here and they want to grow a full-time income as quickly as possible. We've got the premium pack options. But let me tell you something. You see, I subscribe to a philosophy called OPM. I'm sure that many of you have heard of this before. It's called other people's money. And let me explain. You see, when Warren Buffett or Robert Kiyosaki or someone of that magnitude, Richard Branson, goes and starts a business, he doesn't use his money. He uses the bank's money. And what they do is they use that as leverage to go out and acquire income-producing assets. They take the income from the business and they pay down the assets. The interesting thing is most Americans have that same form of leverage. They just have no idea how to use it properly. Let me give you an example. Credit card is a form of leverage. Line of credit is a form of leverage. Even a payday loan against a car can be a form of leverage. Here's the problem. Most people take those things, and what do? They go buy things they don't need, and they put themselves into debt. They acquire consumer debt. There's a reason why the wealthy continue to get wealthier in America. It's because they use their leverage to acquire income-producing assets. So look, what I tell somebody is, hey, look, premium pack, put it on a credit card. First of all, it's a tax deduction. Your interest payment on that's going to be about $200 per month. And if we can't make $200 a month with the #1 product in the world in network marketing, with an emerging trend worth $34 billion, then we are doing something wrong. So what you do is you take the money from your business, you pay your credit card off first, and guess what? Now you've acquired an income-producing asset without coming out of pocket. When I share that, a lot of times people realize and start to look at this more as a business than they do otherwise. So I just want to say this, you guys, at the end of the day, I've never met somebody that said to me, hey, look, what's the minimum that I can do to get started, that has come into here and they've gone to the maximums. If you really want to be successful in this business, it all starts with your mindset when you first come in the door. And I will tell you this, you're always going to get asked the same question over and over again. How did you start in this business? How did you get started? And people will do what you did. And at the end of the day, for me, I knew where I was going with this business, and I wanted to do the maximums, not the minimums, right from the very beginning. We've got some incredible resources and tools that are available to tell us or to share the social proof of what is going on in this company, right? There's so much social proof, more so than any company that I've ever been a part of. So many earners and incredible stories, life-changing stories. Romacio Fulcher was just featured on the cover of Networking Times magazine. Guys, use this as a third-party tool as evidence of how fast your team is growing. As you're sitting there talking with prospects, just say, listen, let me tell you, look, one of the things that I struggled with when I first came into this industry is I didn't have credibility, right? I didn't have success. I was new in this industry. And so people kept asking, how much are you making? How much are you making? And I wasn't making any money yet. Here's what I learned. I just went out and borrowed other people's credibility until I started to create some of my own. I would attach myself to the top leaders. They didn't even know who I was. But I'll tell you what, I went out and introduced myself as if I was their best friends. Hey, listen, let me tell you the Mr. Romacio Fulcher story. This is my business partner, because guess what? Every one of you are Romacio Fulcher's business partner. So I would go out there and say, listen, let me tell you his story, boom, boom, boom. And I'd open up the page, I'd open up the magazine. I'd say, man, listen, he got involved in this business and here's where he was when he first started. And look what happened since he got involved in this business. And we're talking about just like 6-7 months ago. And look at how his life had changed. So we have an opportunity for each and every one of you, a limited edition opportunity to go out and buy your copies. All you have to do is PayPal $60 for 10 copies to juliewu03@sbcglobal.net. Again, there's the email. Include your name, your address, and your phone number, and you can get some of those copies. And I'm telling you, third-party credibility, borrowed credibility, is it's the name of the game when you first get started in this business. Now, how to get started in this business. For those of you that are brand new, you're here for the first time, let's jump into it. You need to connect to our Team Facebook closed group. Search Team It's Our Time, WGN, and ask to join the group, or your sponsor can also add you. From the Team It's Our Time, WGN group page, go to the video section and watch the Getting Started training video, right? You wouldn't go buy a franchise at McDonald's and not take the time to go to Hamburger University. Take the time, guys. Start treating this like a business right from the very beginning. If you do that, you will start programming your mind right. And they say there's no shortcuts to success in this industry. Let me tell you something. I completely disagree. There are all kinds of shortcuts to success. One of those is just learning from people that have had the kind of success that you want to have. The Getting Started training video is going to allow you to avoid the pitfalls and trial and errors that most people have gone through in this industry. And then, of course, we have an amazing marketing system that has created over 400 plus diamonds, guys, in the last 6 months. 400 of the 600 diamonds that were recognized in Bangkok, Thailand, and it's called Hilo.life. So make sure that you go there, or your upline leader site if they have one. Work with your upline for proper enrollment. But check out that site, because I'll tell you what, it is fantastic. The next thing that we want you to do is we want you to go to cnworldgn.com and subscribe so that you will receive the latest updates. You will find the application. You will find all kinds of presentations that you can download, audios and videos to help you with your business. Go to downloads, forms, listen to the audio on enrolling and strategy before you enroll your first person. And then, of course, make your names list. Guys, I touched on this earlier. You know, I've been in this industry for 12 years. When I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I couldn't stop thinking about this opportunity, I grabbed a poster board sheet of paper, in fact, 2 of them, and I put them right here on my kitchen window. I literally taped one and one right beside it. On the first one, I literally just started writing names. I started right here. Every one of you has probably hundreds of names in your phone, and I started with A and B and C and D, and I just kept going down the list, writing names on that paper. I didn't prejudge anybody, because at the end of the day, that's not my job. I'm fortunate enough that what would happen if Mike Sims prejudged me and said, you know what, Travis, you know what? He's probably working on something else right now. He's not going to be interested. Absolutely not. I'm thankful that I made it on his list, and I'm not going to, because I believe in this opportunity. Guys, I believe that this is the best opportunity in the world to completely change your circumstances. I do. There's nothing else out there like it on the planet. And because I believe in it, I owe it to every single person that I know to invite them to at least take a look. And I tell them, look, I don't care if you buy anything. I don't care if you join. But I do care that you take a look, because the last thing that I want is for you to come back a year from now and say, why didn't you tell me about this? So I started making my names list. You know, I got to about 200. You know, that was kind of my first stretch. I'd gone through my phones. I got on social media. Who do I interact with the most first? And then from there, I put a second sheet of paper up. And the reason why I put papers up and I have kind of a war room is because I'm very visual. You can't have it in your phone, guys. This is not, it's too small. You're not looking at it every single day. You know, when I'm sitting down at the office and I'm in my computer, I'm looking at the names list. And you know what? As I'm on social media, I think, oh man, you know what? I've got to add so-and-so to that list. And it just triggers a name, or something comes up, or a phone call comes in, and I run over to my list and I write it there. And you know what? Every time I've got a little bit of downtime, I look over at my list and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go put 5 more people in process today. The second piece of paper, let me tell you what that was for. That piece of paper was for all of the people that were going to say yes to me. I had already started to visualize it. In fact, I put at the top of that paper a 50, and then I put 100. I circled both numbers. Summer says to me, what are those numbers? And I says, well, you know what? I'm going to go put 50 people in this deal in 50 days and 100 people in 100 days. And I don't know why. I just know I can do it. I know with this product, with this opportunity, I know I can do it. On day 44, I hit number 50, ladies and gentlemen. Now, day 100, I only hit 86. Do you think I was disappointed? I was pretty excited actually about that. But let me tell you something. It doesn't mean that I give up on my goal. Sometimes you just have to adjust the time frames a little bit, but the goal still remains. But my point is that you have to get it out there on paper. Some of you to this day, no matter how many times that Romacio and of the other leaders have told you that you need to have a names list, you still don't have one. Guys, like that is the lifeline of your business. Build your list of names today. Write it down on a piece of paper. Don't just say I have it in my phone, and not even a little tiny piece of paper. Go get a big poster board piece of paper, put it up on your wall, and make it an objective to start crossing people off the list. Instead of going for yeses, go for nos. Make it an objective to get every single person on that list crossed off as quickly as you possibly can. Now, let me ask you, here's some questions. You know, it's all about asking the right questions to get the right answers, right? That's something that I've learned a long time ago. You know, one of my 3 favorite questions that I love to just ask people when I'm out and about all the time, are you happy? Do you have a plan in place to give you everything that you want in life? If not, would you like to take a look at one? You know what? Those 3 questions have earned me millions of dollars. Are you happy? Do you have a plan in place to give you everything you want in life? If not, would you like to take a look at one? Folks, you got to learn to ask the right questions. Here's some fantastic questions for you. Learn and use these 5 questions. Number 1, are you familiar with either Fitbit or Apple Watch? Yes or no? There's nobody on the planet that doesn't know what an Apple Watch or a Fitbit is. If they don't know what it is, probably not going to be the best for your business. So that's number 1. Number 2, knowing what you know today about Fitbit or Apple Watch, if you could go back in time and be one of the first to get involved and you could get paid on every device sold anywhere in the world, would you have done it, yes or no? Of course the answer is going to be yes. Who's going to say no to that? Number 3, if we gave you a chance today to be one of the first to be involved, would you want in on this, yes or no? Within the next 48 hours, I'm going to fill my top 2 positions. Again, your goal, get 2 within 48 hours. I'm going to fill my next 2 positions. If I gave you the chance today to have one of the top positions and to earn income from every device sold, all of the people purchasing devices after you, would you want that position today, yes or no? And finally, are you ready to secure your position now with either a Hilo box set or a family pack? Learn to use these questions. These questions come from the top earners in this entire company. Success leaves clues, you guys. Don't go out and try to reinvent the wheel. Learn to use the questions. And finally, success loves speed. Success loves speed. Who do you want to be in your top 2 people within your first 48 hours? They have to be on loyalty membership. But listen, one of the biggest mistakes that I see is people get into this business, and what do? They feel like they need to know the comp plan, so they're watching these trainings, and then they're over here, you know, they're delicately putting their list together, and they're putting together their blog now, and they're getting ready to get ready. Some of you need to stop getting ready and just get into action. I'm serious, taking action. You know, one of my favorite stories is by a friend of mine by the name of Jordan Adler, wrote a book called Beach Money. All of you should go and buy it. So Jordan, he wanted to be, after the success that he's had, one of his whys, one of his dreams was to be a helicopter pilot. Always wanted to be able to fly planes or fly helicopters. So he decided to go out and get his license. So on his very last day, when he was taking his test, one of the things you have to do to be able to get your license is to hover at a standstill about 20 feet above the ground. He said it's so hard to do. And he said that, you know, he would sit there with his instructor, and the instructor would sit there, and he'd say, okay, are you ready? Jordan say, I'm ready. He says, like, are you ready? He says, I'm ready. And he would give Jordan the controls, and vroom, and he'd veer over 100 yards to the left. And then he'd veer over 100 yards to the right, and then the instructor would take it again. And he'd say, okay, are you ready this time? He says, yes, I'm ready this time. And he would give him controls, and vroom, and he would take off again. And he said something at that point, and I've never forgot this. He says, you know, my instructor said to me, you know, Jordan, I can tell you how to do it. We can tell you how to do it until I'm blue in the face, but the reality is you just got to go do it and do it until you can figure it out on your own. And that's exactly how this business works, guys. The only way that you're really going to be able to figure it out is just to go and do it. We've got an amazing system, right? It's not about what works. It's about what duplicates. The key here, 2530 system, send out text messages or make phone calls to view the 2-minute video. That's the objective. Get them to first base. Your job is not to sell people, convince people to join your business. It's just to get them in front of the 2-minute video. People are more willing to agree to do something small before they agree to do something much bigger. You've got to understand that. So many of you guys are out there saying, way too much. And here's what you're hearing is objections. Oh, I don't have time. I can't afford that. I tried one of those things before. You know why? Because you're saying way too much. What you have to understand is the process is what builds the value. I'm going to say that again. The process builds the value. Why? Because everybody's skeptical. You got to expect that most people are skeptical today. They're trained to be skeptical. So when you go out and if you just start calling people up and saying, hey, listen, let me tell you about this opportunity, so excited about it, and you start trying to explain it, they're going to form an opinion in about 30 seconds, and that opinion is not based on all the facts. What you have to understand is you've got to get people to just get in front of the 2-minute video first, right? From there, it opens up their eyes. What happens, you know, when you share a 2-minute video and then you follow up with most people and you ask the right question, what did you like best? You know what people say all the time? Oh, my mom needs that. My dad needs that. My grandma needs that. Can that thing really do what it says it can do? You better believe it can. So what it does is it just starts the conversation, and then it allows you to move them to the next step, right? Which is now to get them in front of a 5-minute video or get them to the full overview at that point. So again, the key is, and you lead with the product or the opportunity. You choose whatever works best for you. You choose. But the key is it all starts with that 2-minute video. You know, leading with the product. Hey, Bob, listen, if I had a product that is revolutionizing the healthcare industry, would you want to know about it? Yes or no? If I sent you a 2-minute video, when do you watch it? When do you think you can watch it? Now, and here's some words of wisdom. Never send an unsolicited link. Don't send an don't start spamming people on Facebook. Hey, have you seen this yet? With a link. Boom, you're going to get blacklisted as a spammer. And there's no faster way to tell somebody, hey, I'm an amateur in this business than to start spamming people. Professionals always ask up front first, if I would you, if I would you. It's in Go Pro, right? If you haven't read Go Pro by Eric Worre, go read it. 7 steps to success. The 8 steps to contacting and inviting. Number 3 step is if I would you when you make your approach, right? Option number 2, Bob, I think I have something that would be perfect for your wife, your spouse, your friend. Would you want to see it? Yes or no? If I sent you a 2-minute video, would you watch it? Yes? Okay, great. When do you think you can watch it? And send the video. Leading with the opportunity. Bob, when it comes to making money, are you married to your job or do you keep your options open? You want to know one of my favorites? Write this one down. Hey, listen, Romacio, are you making more money than you can spend? I'm telling you, even Romacio, who's probably doing well, I'm telling you, he's still probably looking to keep going. But here's the deal. You know what? When you ask that question, I've never had somebody go, you know what? I'm making so much money, I can't afford to spend it all. And then you just follow up and say, well, listen, are you open to making more money? That's an old Jim Rohn. I love that question. You know what? If they say they're open, you say, knowing what you know today about Fitbit or Apple Watch, if you could have been first and earned every device sold, would you have done it? Yes or no? And you notice how I'm saying this, guys? I'm not going, hey, listen, you know what? Just got involved in an opportunity and, you know, I'm kind of dabbling with it. Hey, if I send you a 2-minute video, will you watch it and know what you think? Like, notice how I'm talking with conviction. I'm talking with passion. I'm talking with belief. And you know, if you don't have that, and some of you are going, yeah, it's because you've had success already in this industry. No. You've got to have that first, right? You got to act as if. I don't believe in fake it until you make it. I believe faith it until you make it. But who would you become if you were a presidential millionaire? Like, what does that look like to you? I want everybody to go through this process for just a moment with me. Close your eyes, and I want you to think about, if I'm a presidential millionaire, how do I walk? How do I talk? How do I dress? What am I driving? What's my home look like? What's my bank account look like? Who am I helping? What kind of charities am I donating to? Where am I traveling around the world? What's my posture like? How do I guard my time? Because my time is the most valuable commodity on earth, and I don't have time to deal with little problems and issues. I'm controlling what I'm focusing on, because wherever my focus goes, energy flows, and I'm focusing on success. I'm focusing on people that deserve my time. What does that look like to you guys? Because when you get into that space and you start to have that conviction, that confidence, that moxie, I'm talking about moxie. When you have it, people want it. Right? There's a quote that I love. They knew who he was when he walked into the room. They knew who he was when he walked into the room. Think about that for a moment. It's not arrogance, it's confidence. That's what I'm talking about. And once you hit those first 2 people, the next step is to go team developer. So again, 48 hours, team builder executive, first week or first 48 hours. Let's get you team commission qualified. From there, we're going to help you to go get team developer in your first week. What do you have to do to do that? Guys, you just duplicate steps 1 through 8 and become a team developer. You go out, all you're doing is you're helping one person on your left, one person on your right go get 2. That's it. You see the diagram right here. There's number 1, number 2. You help them go get 2. And guess what? You're now qualified for all aspects of the compensation plan. For a copy of the How-To Getting Started document, go to the team Facebook page that we have, Team It's Our Time. Go to Files and click Download and follow that Getting Started document. Guys, and it's all about numbers. It's all about numbers. If you just start off with 2 people, one on the left, one on the right, and then from there you go help them to become team builder. You go help one person on your left, one person on the right become 2, and you just continue to duplicate that all the way through, and you see how you can get to the point where you hit diamond, right? A diamond's making $2,000 to $3,000 per week. A diamond is literally 20 family packs, 14 premium packs, 8 all-in packs, guys. That's it. Then, of course, you just keep continuing to duplicate that. You got 14 developers to go diamond. You got 17 team developers to go president. You got 83 team developers to go presidential millionaire. Jim Rohn said it best. He said, it's all about you help enough people get what they want, you get what you want in life, right? You help enough people get what they want, you get everything you want in life. And I do want to say this. We've got some different options and ways to get started. And if you're not comfortable presenting the money yet, or if you don't have the confidence, you know, you're going to project your belief system. And there's some of you that are on this presentation that are struggling because, you know, in your mindset, you think $1,349 is just too much. Everybody I know can't afford that. And the reality is, if that's your belief system, then that's your reality. I have a different belief system. My belief system is that every single person that says I can't afford it, if they see the value, they'll come up with the money. If I pulled out my keys to my Mercedes and set them down today and said, listen, all of you can have this Mercedes if you can come up with $1,400, $1,349 by the end of the day today, and I'm willing to bet that 90% of those people that can't afford it could all of a sudden afford it. It's all about mindset, right? And I believe that it's much easier and faster to get to Diamond, Presidential Millionaire when you are presenting the family pack and the premium pack properly. Why? Because those are the packs that are going to set people up for success, period. But you've got to know how to deliver that value. And until you do, and you can do it with confidence, make sure that you bring somebody else into the equation that knows how to handle the money and they're comfortable with the money properly. So again, guys, it's all about the numbers. You need to know these numbers. These numbers should be part of your, up on your wall so you know exactly what you're doing. I have a hot list that's up on my wall as well. And every week I update the hot list. Who's running? What are they running for? And those are the people that get 80% of my time. If a text comes in from them, I'm calling them back first. If they request a three-way call, I'm calling them back first. There's a saying, you coach the masses and you mentor the few. It's so true. You coach the masses and you mentor the few. Now listen, I consider this a true privilege and an honor. I want you guys to know this. So, you know, I got involved in this business in February, and I remember hearing this call that was done by this guy, Romacio. And I had heard Romacio's name in the industry, but I've never had the pleasure of meeting him. And I heard him do one of these launch calls. And I got to tell you that my blood, it was part of the reason why I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, because I heard his call. And I told Summer, I said, Summer, that is the best call that I've ever heard in my life. I've never heard somebody that can just share the dream and the vision the way that this person did. You know, this individual, Mr. Romacio Fulcher, is the fastest double presidential millionaire in the company. He's broken pretty much every record in the network marketing industry. He has earned millions and millions of dollars. Because I don't know the exact time, Romacio, I'm sorry, but I think it's 7 or 8 months he's been here. He's already earned millions of dollars here. I was fortunate enough to be in Beverly Hills with him just a couple of weeks ago, and I watched him get presented with a brand new Lamborghini. My children had an opportunity to sit in that Lamborghini. My children had an opportunity to be able to spend time with him. And I can tell you that is on purpose, right? Because we use this business to educate our children about dreaming big, and we want to surround them with the right people. And I feel very, very blessed that I am in this gentleman's organization and honored and privileged to be able to introduce him to you today. I want every single one of you guys to grab your pen and paper and get ready to listen to the wisdom that this gentleman is ready to present to you. Mr. Romacio Fulcher, are you on the line, brother?
Absolutely, I am here. Travis, can you hear me?
I can hear you okay, man. Take it away.
Man, I hate to break this party up. As a matter of fact, I wish I could just let you finish out, because I'm telling you, you are on fire. I enjoy hearing your enthusiasm. I enjoy hearing your passion. I enjoy just feeling your energy come through the computer screen. And I'm sure all 253 people that are watching this, I know that they feel the same. You are an absolute rock star in this profession. 12-year veteran, ladies and gentlemen, millions and millions of dollars earned right there from Mr. Travis Flaherty, one of the top leaders here in World Global Network. And for all of you that will be in Sacramento at the Clarity is Power event, you will get the chance to hear more from what I call the Flaherty effect, baby. Only Travis can bring it the way Travis can bring it. So I really enjoy watching an artist do their art. Absolutely amazing, incredible. Thank you so much for being humble to serve. We love you, Travis. We love your wife, Summer, and your children. Keep up the great work you're doing. No one hates a job well done. Props to you, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Listen, guys, I've got the last 10 minutes with you. And like I said, I wish I could have I hate to break it up because Travis was just on fire. But let's go ahead and I want to talk to you right now really quickly about what your focus should be right now. On the very next slide, you'll see here, your focus right now should be on the focus of two people to become a team builder? I know some of you may be here and you may be saying, well, listen, I'm already a team builder. Well, good for you. Write this down. You do it first, now go help everybody else do it. Real simple. You do it first, now go help everybody else. That's how the business works. If you want to make a little bit of money, do a little bit. You want to make a lot of money, do a lot of bit. Okay? You want to make a little bit, do a little bit. You want to make a lot of bit, do a lot of bit. The whole point is you got to do it first, and then you go help somebody else do it. So the very first thing you want to do, and the most important thing in our entire company, is for you to get your first two. Why is that? You become a team builder, and as you're a team builder, you now solidify your ability to earn 20% commissions of the sales volume every single week. In other words, you cannot make any money in this company until you have recruited two people, one on your left, one on your right. And if you follow the system that Travis just walked you through, we want you to get that done within the next 48 hours. In fact, the reason for our getting started system, the 2530 system, is to shepherd you and help you get your first two people within the very first 48 hours. I'm going to be very honest with you guys. It's very simple. Very simple to get your first two within 48 hours. Now, drum roll for all of you that do that. In an effort to reward you guys, I have started now. This is our third week. It's called the Power of Two Weekly Coaching and Mentorship Call. I want you to write this down. You've heard me say it. Many of you have heard me say it before. I'm going to say it over and over and over until you finally get and comprehend the power of what I'm saying. Mentorship is wisdom without waiting. Have you ever said to yourself, man, I wish I would have knew then what it is that I know now? Well, what's the difference between back then and now? The difference is wisdom. Well, where do you get wisdom from? Wisdom only comes from two places. Number one, your very own personal mistakes. The more mistakes you make, trust me, the wiser and wiser you get. So that is one form of wisdom. But the second form of wisdom, you learn it through mentors, through other people that have already made those mistakes. They've already gone down that road. So wisdom only comes from two places, your mistakes and also mentors. Which one do you think which one do you think works faster? Learning from people that have already done it. Mentorship is wisdom without waiting. You know, I love to talk about King Solomon, or Solomon, for those of you that heard him in the good book. He was the wealthiest man to ever live, the wealthiest man. They say his wealth was far greater than Bill Gates, Carlos Slim, okay, Mark Zuckerberg. His wealth was far greater. He was truly the wealthiest man to ever live. Just look it up, Solomon. It's in the good book. Just look it up. You can actually Google it if you want. And they say, why were you so wealthy, Solomon? Why were you so wealthy? It was one word, wisdom. Wisdom, wisdom, wisdom. Solomon was the son of David. David was a mighty fighter. He was a warrior. And Solomon watched his father make mistakes and successes. And what Solomon said, he said, listen, I want to learn from my daddy's mistakes. I don't want to do what my daddy did. I don't want to be like that. I want to be better. And he would pray and pray and pray to the man upstairs. And he would say, listen, I want more wisdom. I don't want riches. I don't want fame. I don't want any of that. All I want is wisdom. Now, some of you say, well, what does this have to do with you becoming a team builder, team developer, diamond, president, millionaire, double president? Everything. Everything. It has everything to do with it. Wisdom. So guess what I've decided to do? I've decided to take my very best wisdom, my very best, my life's best work. Because listen, we do this training every Saturday, and absolutely it's lights out on fire for sure. Okay. But this is 1 hour. I got to be honest with you. It is next to impossible to impart all of the nuggets, all of the little minutia details of how to do this and how to think that way and how to say it and who to focus on and when to do it. It's just very difficult to do that on just a 1 hour training. But I can promise you, you joining this 1 hour training every Saturday is better than you getting nothing at all. That's a guarantee. But what I've decided to do, we're 3 weeks into it, I have decided that I'm going to help the entire global organization. Many of you don't know our organization now spans over 18 different countries right now. Okay, so we've got people everywhere and more coming. I've decided that I don't care what your rank is. I don't care if you 1 day on the job or 100 years on the job. I have decided that I am willing to mentor and coach you privately once a week for 1 hour. Once a week for 1 hour on a live webinar. Mano y mano, just like this. Okay? Once a week. But guess what? You've got to qualify for the mentorship. You see, mentorship is not free. You got to qualify for it. But what we've done, ladies and gentlemen, we've made the qualifications so freaking easy because we want to help every single person worldwide in our global organization. And guess what? This is a 12 to 18 month mentorship program. How would you like to spend time with myself, Eric Worre, Chad and Natita? Look, I can't tell you all of my secrets, but listen, I'm telling you, my life's very best work will be given to those people that qualify for the mentorship. Once a week, every week for the next 12 to 18 months. We're already 3 sessions in. It is absolutely incredible. I would love for you to ask some of the people that have been on these calls what the value add has been. I'm telling you, it is over the top. Now, guess what you have to do to qualify? All you have to do is recruit 2 people. Only family packs or above are permitted. That's it. 2 people. So let me talk about, there are several ways you can get your 2. Every week, you've got to either recruit 2 people or help someone in your organization get there 2. Ooh, did you catch that? So several ways for you to qualify. And by the way, on the left-hand side of the screen are the details on qualification. Number 1 is to recruit 2 people. Only family packs or above. Okay? Number 1 is recruit 2 people. The second way you can qualify is you can help someone on your team get 1, and you can help another person on your team get 1 for a total of 2. The third way you can qualify is you can just simply help someone get 2. Now, I want to clarify, what do we mean by help? Just because you sent them the 2-minute video doesn't mean you help. No. What we mean is, were you the one doing the webinar? Were you the one doing the presentation that their prospects heard? If that's the case, then yes, you helped that distributor get 2 people. Let me repeat myself. If you just send them a 2-minute video or a 5-minute video, that doesn't that doesn't mean that that doesn't mean that you helped one of your distributors get 2. No, it doesn't mean that. But if you were the one presenting, you were the one doing the webinar, okay? You were the one, that was presenting the information on the webinar or the conference call, okay? Then yes, it was you that the prospect saw the presentation from and said, hey, listen, I'm joining. I want to rock and roll with this thing. Okay, so then yes, you did help that distributor recruit that new prospect, okay? So once again, 3 ways to qualify. Now, here's the deal, guys. You got to follow the instructions. Instruction number 1 is you got to sponsor 2 people every week. Either sponsor 2 or help somebody get 2. Now, I want you just to remember what Travis just taught you through the system. I want you just to slow down for a second here. I want you to think, what would happen if you got 2 people in your team every week? Just 2. I want you to think about it now. Think about this. If you just got 2, you would be a team builder. You start making money. If you now got 2 more, you help those 2 get 2. Now you're a team developer. Now you got your matching bonus. And then if you just kept helping 2 people come in a week, if that's all you did, I hope you're paying attention to what's happening here. We're forcing you to make serious money in this company because you are doing what the company wants you to do. So the qualifications that we have for my mentorship literally is in alignment with what the company wants. Just get 2. That's it. So listen, guys, with this great of an opportunity that we have, and as fast as this thing is moving, and as rich as this really is, every single person on this call could get 2 people. Absolutely. Every week. You could either recruit 2 yourself or help somebody in your organization get there 2, which is what you're supposed to be doing anyway. So ladies and gentlemen, each and every single one of you can do that, and I want to encourage you to do it. So the first thing you want to do is get your 2. The second thing, you must send an email confirmation in to RomacioFulcher100@gmail with your name, your username, your phone number, and the names of the 2 people that you recruited or helped recruit. We have to have that in our system by Tuesday, 12 noon Pacific Standard Time. Now, you notice why this is outlined, ladies and gentlemen, number 2? Because if you don't send in the email, as far as we're concerned, you didn't qualify. And then here's what's going to happen, number 3. We're going to send you the Zoom number. And just to let you know, the Zoom number changes every single week. Every single week. It changes every week. So it's never the same Zoom account. That's why you have to send in the email in order to receive the Zoom account number for that week's mentorship call. Absolutely explosive, guys. We're 3 weeks in. I'm telling you, this thing, just talk to some of the people that's been on it. I'm telling you, I'll let them tell you for themselves what the call is doing for them. This app, always remember, mentorship is wisdom without waiting. If you ever ask me, Romacio, what do you want more of? No, I want more wisdom. That's all I want. I want more wisdom. That's all I want. I want more wisdom. That's all I want. Because with wisdom, I can do anything I want. Okay? So, guys, I want to encourage you to spread the word to your entire organization. They need to know about this call. And if you're paying attention, look it, we're actually doing the training for you. How would you like it for me to help train your new people and take some of the pressure off of you? Now, how about that for a deal? That's a hell of a deal, right? All right, let's go to the next slide. Now, let me show you some of the topics. This is not all at all. These are some of the topics that are being covered on the mentorship call that I do every week, okay? We're going to make sure you understand all of the facts about the network marketing industry. Now, that's really, really important. Let me tell you why that's so important. Most of you don't know that the only reason prospects say no to you, it's not you. It's not your hair color, your race, or age. No, it's not you. They're only saying no because of their perception about the network marketing industry. They don't know what they don't know. As Travis earlier said, condemnation without proper sufficient investigation is the height of stupidity. You can't condemn something before you know what it is you're condemning. And so what I teach people all around the world is that when you learn how to share how this industry works from a factual point of view, in other words, take all of your opinions out of it, but facts, that's what compels and moves people from skepticism all of a sudden into optimism, okay? So again, that's one of the topics that we cover. Another one we talk about the wearable technology trend. This is my favorite. We really go deep into where this thing is going, how our company has positioned itself, how you can position yourself within the company the right way to guarantee your family's future. Hello, I've already done it. This is what I've done. I'm going to show you, I'm going to take you inside my thought process. How did I do that? There's always a reason why I do what I do. We're going to talk about finances. Listen, I used to be horrible at saving money, guys. I made millions of dollars throughout my life, and I was just really disappointed, damn near depressed over how little was left after all the money that I made, right? So I'll be honest with you. Once upon a time, I was horrible at saving money. Now it's my best friend. Now, guys, your boy is really, really good. And I'm going to teach you what to do with $1. What we have found out, guys, is that if you don't know how to properly, if you don't know what to do with $1 and how to allocate $1, if you don't know what to do with $1, then you won't know what to do with $10. You certainly won't know what to do with 100, and you dang sure won't know what to do with 1,000, and so forth and so on. So finances is something that we cover. Spirituality, my favorite topic. Why? Everything is spiritual. I did not say everything was religious. I said everything is spiritual. That is a law. And the sooner you understand that, the more you will become closer and closer with your life's mission, purpose, and destiny. We really go into that. We talk about fitness. Why? Motion creates emotion. When you feel good, you do good. I find all these people got all these goals, but yet and still, you know, they have no energy. And when you have no energy, that means you got no gas. And if you got no gas, guess what that means? You ain't going nowhere, okay? So we really get into the health and fitness aspects of you've got to have a daily routine if you ever plan to accomplish that dream. And so health and fitness is definitely something. I'm not saying you need to be Lou Ferrigno or Hulk Hogan. I'm just saying you need to make sure that you are paying attention to your energy fields, your cells. Yeah, we'll get into it. You got to be on the mentorship call, baby. Can't give it all to you now. We then talk about, guys, I always tell all people, anytime you get ready to do something that you've never done before, there will be one of three challenges that you will be faced with. Number one, you might get hit with a health challenge. I remember when I was going for President Millionaire, I did it within 3 weeks. I'll never forget, I lost my voice. I'll never forget, I lost my voice. My voice went completely out. And I remember I still kept doing presentations, and I was doing this here. I was pointing. And people were still signing up. They were still joining because I refused to let anything stop me, because I understood the moment you dare to do something great, resistance shows up. Resistance number one may be a health challenge. Resistance number two may be a financial challenge. Like, for example, every single one of you need to be at the Flaherty event this month, July 28th through the 30th. And some of you say, well, I just went to the Disrupt event. So what? You have no idea who you're in front of. You have no idea. How dare you ever think anything I do will ever be duplicated by anyone else? I love the Disrupt event. I was so honored to be at the Disrupt event. It was amazing. It was over the top, but it don't come close to Romacio. I can tell you that now. And hey, look, you said, whoa, 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 whoa. No, there ain't no whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm telling you what I know, no. And when you get there, you're going to see what I mean. You're going to really understand. Oh, my God, I'm so glad I sold my car. I'm so glad I pawned my stuff to make it there. Oh, my God, I get it now. I am so glad. You have no idea what's inside of me. Don't you dare ever not come to an event that I'm telling you need to be at. It's not for me. It's for you. I know you're sitting there saying, hey, I want to go to the next level. Will you help me this? And how do I say that? I already know everything you're thinking because I used to be you. That's why you got to be at the event to get the information. I don't have enough time in a day to respond to all the Facebook mails and messages and text. I just don't, because I'm busy building the business. But guess what? My very best work will always be over-delivered at the events. You got to be there. And you'll see, I promise you, you don't like what you get, you see there, money back guarantee. Now, how about that? Next slide. Now, let me show you guys a little bit more other topics that we're talking about on the mentorship call. Your mindset. You guys, many of you know I did a video exactly how you do it right, or exactly how I did it. Talked about some of this stuff. But on the mentorship call, every Wednesday that we do, we talk about purpose. Listen, when you learn to chase purpose, you'll stop chasing paper. It's a big mistake for people. They always chase paper, and they never wonder why. They always wonder why they struggle to get money, because you're in the wrong order. You're in the wrong sequence. When you chase purpose first, you never have to chase paper. We're going to talk more about that. Personal development, my favorite subject. Many people think personal development is reading 1,000 books. No, that's not personal development. It just means you're a great book reader. Okay? Personal development means, listen, when you arrive at the same challenge that you arrived at before, but you handle it differently because you've evolved as a person. That's personal development. Okay? How do you see yourself? I always teach people all around the world, you don't get what you want, you get what you picture. 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 You don't get what you want. People in hell want ice water. You don't get what you want. You get what you picture. Okay? Your belief system. This is a big one. This is a huge one for a lot of people. This takes time to really dissect and to help really put the right things in place, because if you don't have the right belief system, there's no way for you to do anything. And notice what it says, belief system. Save yourself some time, energy, and money is what the word system stands for. You got to have the right belief system, your values, your energy. Okay. Who do you need to become? Coachability, my favorite word. Overcoming your fears, confidence, posture, self-talk is the best talk in the world. What are you talking to you? What are you saying to yourself? And if you think that you don't talk to yourself, you're lying. You just did it right now. Everybody talks to themselves. What are your philosophies? The law of difference, law of honor, preparation, having fun with the business, communication, the personality colors. Guys, this is nowhere near all the stuff we're talking about. Let's go to the next slide. This is nowhere near, okay? How to get started the right way. How would you like it if I showed you word by word, step by step on exactly how I get people started? How would you like it if I showed you exactly how I launch people? How would you like it if I taught you the red, the white, and the blue zones? How would you like it if I taught you how to be a master at promoting events? How would you like it if I taught you where and how to find all the prospects? How would you like it if I taught you the power and how to be effective in warm market recruiting, cold market recruiting? Many people don't know this. Your warm market is for practice, while your cold market is where you get rich. What if I taught you how to deal with nothing but white-collar professionals? I didn't say white people. I said white-collar professionals. What if I taught you how to recruit up? What if I taught you even if you're broke, I showed you how to effectively recruit up? What if I taught you how to make your invitation so cold-blooded in a good way? What if I taught you how to make your invitation so on point that it was almost like 9 out of 10 yeses every single time? What if I taught you how to present effectively? What if I taught you how to close up front? Up front, ladies and gentlemen. I sponsored 66 people the first week, and not one of them went to a webinar. I didn't have time for no webinar. I didn't have time for that. Literally, I'm going to show you all that stuff only on the mentorship calls. I'm going to show you how I follow up, which is the very same way we teach every Saturday. And there's so much more that I have in store that we didn't even put on these slides. This is not even 10% of the stuff. But listen, I'm only going to give all this stuff to the people that qualify for it. Remember what I said. Mentorship is wisdom without waiting. It's the shortcut. It's the shortcut. But you've got to qualify for mentorship. It's not given freely. You got to earn it. Let's go to the next slide. All right. So with that being said, guys, also 90-day game plan, guys. 90 days. Do you understand I've been involved only 7 months? I changed my life in 30 days. Everything, I changed it in 30 days. But I was ready for the 30 days. Woo, that's so profound. That's so profound. I've changed my whole landscape in 30 short days. Man, I can't wait for you to get what I'm talking about on the mentorship call. Going to talk to you about a game plan of how to go diamond, president, millionaire. Going to make sure you really understand how to close the gap. This is a big one. Most people have no idea. They just keep doing the same stuff over and over and over, expecting a different results. They don't understand cause and effect. Every effect is due to certain causes. And I'm going to show you how to close the gap from where you are to where you want to be. Going to teach you how to choose the right mentor. This one right here, oh my God, I can talk for hours about it. Okay, going to teach you how to choose. Most of you don't know how to choose the right mentor. Well, I like her smile. She's really cute. I like his haircut. You know, I love his wife. Blah, 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 blah. Nope, 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 nope. I just told you, mentorship is wisdom without waiting. Mentorship is wisdom without waiting. You've got to learn how to choose the right mentor. You don't know how to do it, most people. How to choose the right company, why World Global, vision, how to create a compelling vision, how to paint the vision, and most of all, how to transfer the vision. Did you know that anytime two people meet, anytime two people are face to face, there's a transference of belief. Either they're selling you on why they can't, or you're communicating to them on why they should. There's always someone buying, and there's always someone selling. And I'm very seldom buying. Okay, I'm going to show you exactly how that happens. Not just tell you, going to show you. Okay, and so much more. This is why I don't care what your rank is. I don't care how long you've been in the profession. It could be 1,000,000 years. If you are not a part of this, you are missing a huge treat. If someone had given me the chance to tune in every week and all I had to do was get 2 people, and the person is legitimately doing literally $2+ million a week in sales, okay, I'll be there. Matter of fact, I'm first on the webinar. Count me in right now. I will be there with a notepad, recorder. I'm ready. I will not miss one session. That's like going to Harvard, Yale, and Stanford at the same time. This is the value of this call. It's for you. We're open. It's open to the global organization just so that we can help you explode no matter what country you're in. Okay. So let's go to the next slide. All right, guys, right now, our focus this week, and many of you may not know, we have a 2-week cycle. This cycle that we're in right now will end officially, we can announce this publicly, on the 24th of July. It will end on the 24th. Guys, this is so exciting because typically our cycles are every week, but this one is a 2-week. This cycle that we're currently in right now will not end this Monday, but the following Monday at midnight. So guys, what we want to do is we want to help 2,000 people earn a commission check this cycle. How do we do that? Help 2,000 people get there too, so we can help them earn a commission check. All right, let's go to the next one. And guys, for those of you that want to plug into various different road shows, okay, all you got to do is go to cnworldgn.com and you can see where we have live presentations that are going on in various different countries and cities around the world. Just go straight there and you can see where a presentation is going on and you can plug your people into it, okay? Really, really cool. And on the next slide. Every Monday, you may or may not know, we have a Presidents and Above where you can see Travis Flaherty again, as well as other presidents, all the presidents of the entire company. Every Monday, we do a live update call for you. It's right on Zoom, live.cnworldgn.com. That's 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure you spread the word. People have to be connected. If they don't know anything, 9 times out of 10, they don't do anything, okay? Very important. And let's go to the next slide. And as we also, guys, we have the events, the Millionaire Club. For those of you that are striving to become president millionaires, guys, all you got to do is hit it one time, and we will see you in September at the Amalfi Coast. Are you kidding me? The Amalfi Coast in Italy. Wow, it just sounds sexy, right? Also, guys, let us not forget that our national convention happens October 20th through the 21st in Las Vegas. That is the national convention that happens once a year. So wanted to let you guys know about these events as well. And finally, guys, let's go to the next main, most important event, guys, that everybody needs to be there, guys. Let's go to the next slide. And that is Clarity is Power, guys. This event, literally, we are throwing in the kitchen sink, the whole kitchen sink, guys. Clarity is Power, July 28th through the 30th. I guarantee you it's an event like nothing you've ever seen before. I'm talking about over the top. You can think I'm talking if you want to. I promise you, if you miss it, you're going to be scratching your head saying, why did I do that? Okay? I don't care what the challenge is. If you out of money, start walking now. Okay? Whatever you got to do, you can't afford to miss the event. It's not for me. This is my way of giving back to you. Okay? I do it in an event form where there's hundreds and hundreds of people there, and it's going to be over the top. Obviously, we've got, look at the lineup. This is not even all the lineup. This is not, but you've got Travis Flaherty, and some are going to be there with the Flaherty effect. You've got Mr. Mike Sims, $100,000 he made his very first 30 days here in his business, achieve President Millionaire. You got Steve Carter. I'm going to be interviewing Steve Carter tomorrow on a live conference call. It's awesome. It's right there on my Facebook page. But Steve is going to be there as well. Double president. You've got Melanie Greeno. You've got Jeff and Lisa, another 25-year veterans. You got myself and a whole lot more that we couldn't even fit on this flyer. And let us not forget Mr. Jeremy Roma, the gentleman that created the 2-minute video, the 5-minute video. He's going to be laying out a vision. I just can't wait for you to be there. This is going to be vastly different than what you're accustomed to. Training is something I'm extremely good at. I mean, extremely. And I'm not ashamed of it. I've worked very hard. And it's very, very hard to be able to duplicate what it is that we do. And that's why we're so effective. And by the way, if you haven't noticed, we're the fastest growing organization in the entire company. Okay, so it's attributed to many clues. And guess what? They're all going to be left for you right here at the Clarity is Power event. Now, I want to tell everybody publicly, the VIP tickets are sold out. They're gone. Sorry. I'm sorry. The VIP tickets are sold out. But the general admission are still available. You can still get them while you can before they sell out. All right? All you need to do is go right there to the actual website, teamiot.eventbrite.com. teamiot.eventbrite.com, and go ahead and get your ticket. Listen, guys, the countdown is beginning. We've got less than 2 weeks before it's game time. I brought my dancing shoes. We rented out a club. We also going rafting, whitewater rafting. We got a barbecue. We got so much stuff going on for all of you guys that make it out there I'm just telling you, you're going to be overwhelmed. Overwhelmed. I hope you're ready. The countdown starts now. Listen, let us not forget, guys, this cycle will not end this Monday, but it will end the following Monday. Let's make this cycle count for you. Let's use this time for you to rank up, okay? Let's do it. How do we do that? Ladies and gentlemen, let's help everybody get there too, all right? Listen, my name is Romacio Fulcher. I'm the California kid, double president millionaire here in World Global Network. Happy to serve you guys every single week. And as we always close with this, always remember in all that you do, there's absolutely nobody in the entire world any greater than you. I love every single one of you guys. Thank you so much, Travis. And we'll see you guys all next week. Bye-bye, everybody.